Welcome back to Alan Wake, and in episode 1 of the Dude, Where's My Car Chronicles.
The Creator's Dilemma by Dr. Emil Hartman. Seeing the book brought back my fight with Alice. I didn't like it, and I didn't like the guy's smug face on the cover either.
Then throw the book at the tree.
Well, God has a plan for all things and all peoples. We will see how he treats Dr. Hartman's latest work of...
was my best bet. They'd have a phone I could use. It looked like a long hike through the forest to get there.
Work of garbage. Thank you, Alan, for your narrations.
Damn.
Bye, Sedan.
Bye, Hartman. Enjoy the bottom of the trash pile.
So, when does Alan get his grappling hook?
Alan, no, it's funny you mention that. Alan doesn't really gain any new powers, any new abilities. He's about as able right now as he will be for the entire game.
It's kind of sad, really. It makes sense, given how it's supposed to be, you know, a normal guy faced with extraordinary circumstances story.
I'm just an average, everyday, normal guy.
I tie my shoes one shoelace at a time, just like everyone else.
That was the name I planned to use for the next novel I had never gotten started. I was named the author. I hadn't written it. I couldn't remember writing it. In the scene on the page, the hero was attacked by an axe murderer in the woods at night.
Oh, great. You have found manuscript pages. You remember the manuscripts from American Nightmare, don't you, Gerda?
It was hard to make him out in the darkness of the forest that surrounded us, but the axe he lifted was plain to see. It glistened with the blood of his victim. He grinned madly. The shadows were alive, distorting his features. It was a scene from a nightmare, but I was awake.
Well, the problem here is that glistening axe has to be glistening off of some light source, so you should be able to see his face.
Well, if only he was human.
I've been in an accident.
Push the rock. You did not push the rock, Cloud.
No, you gotta punch the rock.
No, we do not need to be breaking our writing hand.
The lights up ahead were a good sign.
I think about that sometimes. Like, what happens when, you know, you're like Eugene O'Neill and you've been writing your entire career and then arthritis strikes and it suddenly hurts just to do the thing that you love to do.
Well, you go on tour promoting all of your older books and say, until I can actually find a decent compromise with my current circumstances, I'm not going to be writing anymore. Did you just get locked into an area?
Nope, I just I strayed off of the path because I was pretty sure there was a collectible out there.
But this area seems to be drastically different from where we just were.
It is drastically different. It is a lumber yard, but of course. See, Alan Wake is already considering retirement. If he can't write, he's gonna chop wood.
You can't chop wood either. Chopping wood is a much more strenuous task than writing is.
It is a strenuous task, but it is the first step in the stone. I mean, the first step in the line. You chop the wood, you get the wood. You get the wood, you get the paper, you get the paper, you get the writing.
I need help.
But it takes like a full year for a wood pulp to be transferred into paper.
Oh, hell.
Carl Stucky.
Pleased
To meet you. Non-refundable reservation deposit required. Fair and square.
Boy, that sounds like a good bargain.
Lots of different voice effects, though.
Yeah, the Taken consistently have like all kinds of voice distortion, which you know, like they also have appearance distortion.
It was impossible to focus on it, as if it stood in a blind spot caused by a brain tumor and eye disease. It was bleeding shadows like ink underwater, like a cloud of blood from a shark bite. I was terrified. I squeezed the flashlight like my life depended on it, willing it to stop coming any closer. Suddenly something gave, and the light seemed to shine brighter.
He likes using similes a lot in his writing.
Well, the first thing that he said was that descriptions are the antithesis of the poetry of fear, and I am glad that Alan Wake does use a lot of, well, poetic devices.
He uses a lot of poetic devices, but I'm thinking he's overusing his similes.
I had to figure a way out of this. Any second now, and Stucky would be knocking on the door with his axe like Nicholson.
I mean,
See, like Nicholson in The Shining, we get the reference. You didn't have to spell it out for us.
But that's not. I don't know if that's a true simile. I think that is an actual just. I mean, there are similes and there are comparisons. Every simile is a comparison, but not every comparison necessarily is a simile.
Okay.
I wasn't about to open the door, as long as I was liable to catch an axe with my forehead.
Let's tell it like it is, Alan. Tell us, does the phone work?
Yes.
Bright Falls Sheriff Station.
Hello? Hello?
So I do like the fear that it's actually attempting to build here.
This is bad.
Oh, it's building. It's about to be destroyed, actually.
Out, swiftly! No!
Through the door. Through the open door. Quickly. Dear God.
He broke the power lines. Now how are we supposed to charge our 3DS?
Electric generator. It's perfect. Oh God. Actual enemies. So this is where I put my American Nightmare training into action. Stun them first, and then passively use your flashlight in order to wear down their shields.
And how did you not get hit there?
I was just outside of range.
Huh, alright.
I'd never fired a gun outside a shooting range, and now I just killed someone. Or something. There were no bodies. They just disappeared. If I was dreaming...
You clearly did not actually kick the generator.
Nope, Alan Wake's feet definitely are not the correct tools for this. Or was it? You had the option to use lights during this fight, as though it wasn't already fucking obvious. You have to use lights against these creatures. That way.
Yes, follow the truck.
That way. Aha, we're following a path.
Eerie hand-painted graffiti was revealed by my flashlight. Someone had hidden a chest of supplies near it.
Okay, a flare gun.
Okay.
That is
we're
a
off.
supply. That is not multiple supplies.
Flare gun is a good method of last resort. Now, Alan, you see a path. Do you take it?
The dark forest was the last place
roll
I wanted
for your
to go,
decision-making
but I had
skills.
No choice. I had to get to the gas station.
I had to do this. I had to do that. I was about to get hit by a baseball bat. Alan's writing style, as revealed by the manuscript, like you said, he does use a lot of similes. I especially like the simile about how the Taken look like they're surrounded by like inky blood and like water, like from a shark bite. I like his use of active voice. So whenever he states a verb, like it's always just the verb and the subject, never like was watching or was whatever.
Not like Rose. They were perfect for each other. She'd have given anything to be called their friend.
Oh, do you really need to invent a possessed stalker, dude? You have those already.
I think he was talking about Rose the waitress from the last part.
Well, that's
She
the
was-
problem. The narrative said that this was a book that he had never actually written, so it would have had to have taken place before he came to the falls.
No, it was a book that he was planning on writing, but never got started.
So he had to have been planning this beforehand.
He planned the title. I don't think he planned the events of the story, though.
Okay.
Because, as you will notice, the manuscript pages start to sound eerily similar to what he's experiencing at the moment when he picks it up.
I realized that I'd have to find a way across. I didn't even want to look at the water.
Well, you had to cross this fell tree then.
Yep, spread your arms out. That's a very good, I'm being very careful where I'm walking animation. You also can't sprint while he's doing that.
Yeah. Balance issues and all.
I was a little, this is going a little back. So Alan Wake's powers, let's call them, depend on the weapons and the kind of flashlights that you get. Now, there is a heavy-duty flashlight in this game. He just hasn't gotten one yet. The heavy-duty flashlight, I believe, wears down shadows a lot more quickly. The battery's a little more reliable because, like, he's using a basic flashlight. There's an extended flashlight and there's like a mag light flashlight.
Okay.
And as for weapons, eventually you can use like a shotgun. I don't think you get a fully automatic weapon, but you do get, I think, a better pistol than a revolver, that kind of thing.
Okay. Will we ever get a chainsaw?
No, we do not ever get a chainsaw.
Not even for puzzle-solving purposes?
Well, I would say the chainsaw would be the most glaringly omitted piece of the puzzle. Just a chainsaw-shaped gap in the picture.
There are different types of puzzles aside from just crafting, dude. Come on.
Yes. Although I hate the puzzles that make the pieces so fucking similarly shaped that you can't tell which one goes where when you're trying to make a sky, or an ocean, or a wall.
It could mean that they were both on a second honeymoon, but Barry didn't buy it. Al had been way too unstable for that. Not sleeping, messed up. Barry had years of experience dealing with Alan Wake, and he couldn't ignore it. Something was wrong.
Wasn't this the phone call that we got earlier?
What, from Barry?
Yeah.
No, actually, I think if it helps kind of like set the events that Alan is picking up, he's probably talking about events that he can't remember in the indeterminate amount of time that he has been unconscious.
Okay, that.
And in the next part, we will maybe find out where, when, and why.